here is doing. Pete Sepp, again, he's president of the National Taxpayers Union. I love guys like this because, again, their finger is on the pulse. Pete, I want to show you a clip, and I want to get your comment to this. Let's go to this clip really quick, and we're going to come back with Pete Sepp here.
Democracy isn't just a bunch of abstract principles and dusty laws in some book somewhere. It's the values we live by. It's the way we treat each other.
Is it? I know that sounds good, but is it, Pete? I love your opinion on this here.
I absolutely agree with it, which is why one of the values we should be living by is living within our means and not passing along debt to future generations. And here's where Kamala Harris's agenda falls flat on its face. $4.4 trillion of tax increases that she supports from the Biden-Harris budget, the most current one. At least an additional $500 billion of her own tax hike proposals on top of that. And yet, what is the end result of all these tax hikes? We would still add more than $17 trillion with a T to the national debt, increasing it by more than 50% over the next 10 years. Why? Well, the reason has to be she's increasing spending faster than she's increasing taxes. It's a double punch to the gut, the middle section of America.
There was another video, I won't populate it right now, but I know it's flooded, legacy media. Pete, and I'd like to get your expert opinion on it. Again, I remember studying Marxism, and I remember studying the impact of socialism, et cetera, and I did it, and it was one of the most eye-opening things I'd ever seen in my life, because I'm always amazed at individuals that will try to attach themselves to something that at least I've never found any record where it's ever been successful. Well, one of those points that Kamala and Walz is really pushing is something called price gouging. They're controlling. In other words, not you and I, the competitor, and I use this analogy, you're the tax expert here, but if you and I were competing with a hamburger shop, and I chose to, I don't know, raise my price to $1 million, and you have a reasonable price for a burger, I would like to think my business would go out of business. But if you have the government helping you to control, where's the free market exchange? Where, Pete, is the capitalism in it? If our government controls by gauging or gouging, as she put it, or she used the word gauging, which is ridiculous, it's really about gouging. If the government is able to control what you and I do as competitors one to another, then is this the United States, or is this a banana republic that practices, I don't know, socialism? Pete.
I would say welcome to Caracas or welcome to Moscow, whichever one. Yeah, it's blatant socialism. And even Kamala Harris's allies have called her out for this idea. Catherine Rampell, who is an economist, wrote in the Washington Post, it's hard to exaggerate how bad Kamala Harris's price gouging proposal is. Even the Washington Post's editorial board had to agree. They said, the Times demand serious economic ideas. Harris supplies gimmicks. That's what this is. It is a gimmick that has failed throughout history. The old Soviet Union, more recently Venezuela, you can pick a number of other examples. They just don't work, like Nixon said.
You know, Pete, I'm sitting here and I'm laughing because I literally heard the same lecture, I don't know, 100 years ago when I was in school. It's been a long time for me. But I have to say this because I did some research and I was crunching my own numbers. A couple weeks ago, I was doing a video conference almost to what you and I are discussing right now. What I found very interesting in Harris-Walz, quote, here's their plan, even though there's no plan out there on their website. They haven't really told us what they really believe in. But I'm just going to go with her sound bites. These are not mine. These are Kamala Harris and Governor Walz soundbite. She said, and I'm quoting, hey, I'm going to give every citizen of America $25,000 to purchase at home. And I began to think about my hometown of Chicago. And I know this for a fact. I was speaking with one of the ex-aldermen that are there. The illegals that are in the city of Chicago, they're getting roughly between $9,000 to $11,000 in various subsidies simply for being illegally there in the city of Chicago. Of course, the citizens are going bonkers right now over it. Help our audience understand professionally. If she's able to give $25,000 for first-time home buyers, where does that money come from, Pete?
It comes from either current taxpayers in the form of higher taxes or future taxpayers who will have to pay off the debt that the government incurs for doing this. It's as simple as that. Debt is nothing but taxes deferred to a future generation of taxpayer. And that's what's going on here. When you think about it, government is really what's getting in the way of things like housing affordability. We recently filed comments to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau because they're sniffing around saying that, well, closing costs on a home are getting too expensive because the private sector is creating all of these fees and gouging taxpayers and homeowners. Well, the problem is 44% of closing costs are government taxes. If you look at what the National Association of Home Builders says, about a quarter of the price of a new home goes to things like taxes, permits, all the import taxes that are on building materials. Those are government policies driving up the cost of owning a home. And yet Harris is saying, well, let's give people another $25,000 to offset what we're already destroying in the current market. No, government needs to pull back, look at how it is harming home ownership, and address those things first.
So, Pete, then, in our last 30 seconds here with you, then if I'm a Harris-Walz voter, and I was only looking at this through the prism, this myopic view of just, I don't know, keeping more dollar of my dollar in my pocket, in my family's pocket, why then would I vote for someone that wants to take more out of my pocket versus, oh, I don't know, another candidate says, no. Hey, let's lower the tax base, and Pete and Aubrey should be able to keep more of their money. Help us understand that last question. Pete, I put it on you.
Less government and limited government has throughout history produced more prosperity than bigger government and badder government. And unfortunately, we would get a big dose of bad under the Harris-Walz policies. We haven't seen anything yet. Mostly so far, they've just been saying, we're going to do what the Biden administration proposed this year, plus a few more things to burden taxpayers with. There's still 2 months to go in this campaign. I think we're going to see a number of other uniquely bad proposals coming from their campaign.
That's really scary to me. I know our audience here are paying a lot of attention to this because these are policies, Pete, that really do impact all of us. I've so enjoyed Pete Sepp. He was and still is the president of National Taxpayers Union. You want to go out and check out what this guy is doing. Very bright, obviously. He has his finger on the pulse. People, wake up. We got to keep this great union, in the words of Benjamin Franklin. It's wonderful, he said, if we can keep it. We're coming right back.